My name is Roxy and I want to welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how to make this very beautiful dress. Look how beautiful it is. This dress is made for a 9-year-old girl, but can be adapted to any size. If you don't want to make a dress, you can make only a sweater. And also I make the matching hat. It's very beautiful and funny, especially for a little girl. The yarn that I use is yarn art Bellissimo. It's a new yarn at this producer, and every skein has, look, grams and meters, and it has mohair, acrylic, polyamide and polyester. And I used the crochet number 5mm for dress, and for the edge I use crochet number 4mm, but only for the edge, okay? And for this dress and hat I use almost 3 skeins, but I buy 4, and I'm glad I make like that because it is a new yarn and they have some problems. I find some knots into the skein. For me it's not a problem, but because it is a variegated yarn. So for example, I have pink here and continuing with gray, for example, but I find pink and then I find yellow. So if you want to use the same yarn, my advice is to buy 1 skein in plus, because you also need to match the color here into the front and also at the sleeve, okay? But you can use any type of yarn you want, only to be soft or very soft, and the yarn must be suitable with the crochet number 5. It's very easy to make, and I hope you like it, and let's begin. Before I tell you how to take the measure, my advice, if you want to use the same yarn that I use, is to begin exactly where begin every color. See, here it is yellow with gray, then begin the yellow. After is finished the yellow, here it is yellow with pink, and then begin the pink, okay? And after the pink is finished, here it is pink with gray, and then begin the gray. But you begin exactly, if you want to have the back side and the front side with the same color, okay? And now you need to take the measure all around the body where the hips are bigger. In my case, my little model has 74 centimeter all around, okay? And the number that you obtain after you measure, you need to divide by 2. Why we need to divide by 2? Because we make one back side first and one front side, okay? So the number that you obtain after you measure, divide by 2, and then the result is you need to change the number of stitch that you need. My advice is to make a little test with the yarn that you have and also with the crochet that you want to use. In my case, it's crochet number 5, and first I make a little test. I chain 11, and then I make the stitch around 5-6 rows, and then after I make these 5-6 rows, I measure at the top, and then I calculate how many chain I need, and in my case I chain 60. Don't matter what size you have, the number of stitch that you need to chain must be a number who can be divided by 2. In my case I have 60, and this number can be divided by 2, okay? It's very important. It's not important for the back side, but it's important for the front side, because here we make a V front, okay? And after you change the number of stitch that you need, the first row is very simple and easy. It's only single crochet in every stitch. We skip one stitch and into the next make single crochet, into the next single crochet, and make single crochet in every stitch until you finish the row. The yarn is very beautiful, and it is a new yarn at this producer. Okay, so continue until you finish, and then I will show you how to make the next row. I finished the first row with single crochet in every stitch, and now chain 1, turn your work, and from now on we make back loops single crochet. And very important to make the first stitch exactly into the last stitch at the row, okay? So here it is the first stitch, and you insert the crochet into the back loops and make single crochet, okay? Because every stitch has 2 loops, 1 and 2. We insert the crochet into the second loops, okay? Look, back loops, single crochet, back loops, single crochet, back loops, single crochet. Okay, look, it's very, very easy. It's nothing complicated. continue until you almost finish the row, because I will show you how to finish the row and also how to begin the next row. Okay, I almost finished the row, and from now on, always at the last stitch you don't make back loops, you make a normal single crochet always at the end of the row into the last stitch. Okay, so last stitch is made with a single crochet, work normally. Okay, and now chain 1, turn your work, and you continue to make back loops, single crochet. Okay, so back loops, single crochet. One moment until I make some stitch, because I want to show you how it looks. Okay, after you make some rows, you will see how beautiful it is. And now you work until you reach here where the waist begins. Okay, so we work at the bottom to top and work until you reach here. In my case, I will make 37 centimeters, but because my little model is a 9-year-old girl, I don't need to make too much. Okay, and I work until I reach here where the waist begins, and then I will show you how to continue. As you can see, look how beautiful it is, and also the colors are amazing, and see how it is. And I work until I reach here where the waist begins. Okay, and at this row we make one row with double crochet in every stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, and turn your work. This chain 2 is count as one double crochet. Okay, so we make double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so double crochet in every stitch. One more. Okay, so continue until you finish the row. Here into the last stitch you also make a normal double crochet. Finish this row and then I will show you how to continue. I almost finished the row with double crochet in every stitch, and I want to show you how to make the last stitch. The last stitch is make into the chain 2, into the last single crochet. Okay, and now before I will show you how to make the next row, you take a stitch marker and you put here at the beginning of the row. Why you need a stitch marker? Because when you make the front side, will be very easy to count the rows, okay? And now chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work, and into the first stitch we make front post double crochet. Okay, into the next stitch we make back post double crochet. Into the next stitch front post double crochet. Into the next stitch back post double crochet. One more time, one front post double crochet, one back post double crochet. See, continue until you almost finish the row, and then I will show you how to finish and how to continue the next row. I almost finished the row with front post double crochet and back post double crochet, and look, here it is the chain 2 at the row where we make double crochet in every stitch, and always at these rows the last stitch is make only double crochet, and you make into the chain 2 at the beginning of the row, always, okay? So insert the crochet into the chain 2 and make a normal double crochet, okay? Chain 2 and start your work. And we make again one front post double crochet, one back post double crochet, one front post double crochet, one back post double crochet. One more time. One front post double crochet, one back post double crochet, okay? And look how it is. So continue to make this stitch until you have between 6 or 10 centimeters. In my case, I make until I have 7 centimeters. For a little girl, it's okay, but for an adult, you can make around 9 or maybe 10 centimeters, okay? After I finish these rows, and after I make 7 centimeters, I will show you how to continue, because after we finish this part, we decrease a little. We decrease at the beginning and at the end of the row, okay? I finish this row. In total I make 7 rows, 1 row with double crochet and 6 rows with front post double crochet and back post double crochet, and look, it is perfect. And now it's time to decrease. If you don't want to decrease, you can work normally with back loops single crochet, until you reach at the shoulders. But I want to decrease a little to look more nice, but it's your choice. So after you make these rows, we decrease at the beginning and at the end of the row. We decrease into the first 2 stitches and also into the last 2 stitches. And chain 1 into the first stitch, make 1 unfinished single crochet. Then into the next stitch, again 1 unfinished single crochet, and join them into 1 stitch, and then you continue to make back loops, single crochet in every stitch. Okay, until you have at the end of the row 2 stitches, 1 and 2. The chain 2 is count as 1 stitch. Okay, I work until here, and then I will show you again how to decrease, but in my case, and my advice is to put a stitch marker at the row where you decrease. And I will decrease 3 times. And every time I decrease, I will have in minus with 2 stitches. Okay? In total, I will have in minus 6 stitches because I decrease 3 times. For every row, when you decrease 2 stitches. 1 at the beginning of the row, 1 at the end. Okay? I work until I have 2 stitches at the end of the row, and then I will show you how to continue. I work until I have 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and now we make again the decrease and make 1 unfinished back loop single crochet, and into the chain 2 insert the crochet and make again 1 unfinished single crochet and join them into 1. Chain 1, turn your work, and at this row you work normally, back loops, single crochet in every stitch. Okay? And here where it is the stitch marker, you need to make the last stitch, and then I will show you again how to decrease. Okay? I finish this row, work normally without any decrease, and chain 1 and turn your work, and I need to decrease again. Into the first stitch, insert the crochet into the back loops and make 1 unfinished single crochet. Then into the next back loops, insert the crochet and then join them into 1. And now you continue to make back loops, single crochet in every stitch until you reach at the last 2 stitches. Into the last 2 stitches, make again 1 decrease as I show you. And look, I insert the crochet here into the first stitch and I put again 1 stitch marker. So for me this is the decrease number 2. I will work until I have here 2 stitches. I make also the decrease. Then the next row work normally. And then I will decrease again at the beginning and at the end of the row. And after I finish to decrease, I continue until I reach here at the shoulders. And after I finish the back side, I will show you how it is, and also I will give you some information for the front side. Okay? I finished the back side and look how beautiful it is. Here is the row at the waist where we make front post double crochet and back post double crochet. Here we decrease a little and I work until I reach at the shoulders. And now for the front side, you begin with the same number of stitches that you make the back side. Okay? Work exactly the same and also make this row with front post double crochet and back post double crochet. And then if you decrease at the back side, you also decrease at the front side. But for the front side, at the front side we make here into the front, we make the V front. Okay? And how to measure? You measure at the shoulders until you reach under arm. In my case, my little model has 15 centimeter. Okay? And I measure at the top, I measure 15 centimeter. Okay? And you put a stitch marker and you work until you reach at the stitch marker. So I will work for the front side until here. And now, if you want to see how will be the V front, you put like that, and I have here 15 centimeter. And then, and I think, look, for a little girl, I think it is perfect. Okay? But after you measure like that and you like it, the V front, you work as I tell you. But if you, for example, if you want to have a little more into the front, you can measure more. Look, here it is 17 centimeter. And will be a little big, okay? But it's your choice how to small or big you want to be this V front. Okay, so one more time. Work for the front side. You begin with the same number of stitches and with the same number of rows. Make also the row that you need with front post and back post, double crochet. Make the decrease. You can make 2, 3 or 4 times decrease, is your choice, or not. And then you measure at the shoulders until you reach under arm, and then measure at the top the number of centimeter or inch that you obtain after you measure, and then measure, if you like it, the V front. Okay, if you want more, you can make it more big into the front. Okay, but I think for a little girl it is perfect. I will make the front side, and also I work until here, and then I will show you how to make the front V. Okay, I work until I reach at the stitch marker. Okay, at the front side, and look, my front side looks exactly the same as the back side, and the color is matched perfect. And now you will see why it is important to have the number of stitch who can't be divided by 2, because now after I make this part and also after I decrease, I have 53 stitch, and because this number can't be divided by 2, you make like that. So doesn't matter how many stitch you have, you make like that. The number of stitch that you have minus 1. This minus 1 stitch is exactly in the middle where we put the stitch marker. Okay, so the number of stitch that you have minus 1 in my case is 52. This 52 stitch divide by 2. This stitch is in my case, and the result is a number that you have the same number of stitch into the right and also into the left. So chain at the beginning of the row the number that you obtain that after you divide by 2. In my case I have 26. I count 26. Into the next I put the stitch marker, and then I count again, and also I have 26 stitch, and it is in my case. And now we begin the V front, and you work back loops, single crochet until you have 2 stitch here into the front at the stitch marker. Okay, so I work, so 1, 2, I work until here, and then I will show you one more time how to decrease, because the decrease is make exactly the same that I show you when we decrease here, okay? I work until I have 2 stitches here, and now we make the decrease. 1 unfinished single crochet, into the next stitch 1 unfinished single crochet, join them into 1, chain 1, turn your work. The next row it's work normally without any decrease. At this part the decrease is made at the end of the row. One moment until I make some stitch. Okay. See? I already decreased 1 stitch. So at this part you decrease here and you work the number of rows that you need, and you need to have exactly the same rows to here until here at the top. We dimension the last row, don't make it, because when we make the last row at the front side, we also join the front side at the back side, and also we make the last row, okay? So work exactly the same number of rows that you make at the back side. In my case, at this moment, I don't know how many times I need to decrease, but because I don't need to make more rows, I think I will decrease until I finish the number of rows. But if you obtain the V that you need and you still need to make some rows, make the last rows work normally, okay? But it's your choice how want to be this V front, okay? So 1 row decrease, 1 row normally, 1 row decrease, 1 row work normally until you almost reach at the last row. When I reach at the last row, I will show you how to join the front side at the back side, okay? But after I will show you how to join the front side at the back side, we need to make exactly the same here into the left. And you begin at the stitch marker to here until here, and the decrease is almost made at the beginning, okay? So make the decrease at the beginning, and you insert the crochet here into the first back loop single crochet, okay, and make the decrease, then finish the row, then the next row is work on normally, then again decrease, okay? So at this part you decrease here, at this part you decrease here, but I work until I almost reach at the last row, and then I will show you how to join the front side at the back side. I almost finished this part, and I need to make the last row, and at the same time I need to join the front side at the back side. and look how it is. Okay, and make the first back loops single crochet, and then make a large loops, and then take the crochet and insert here into the first loops. See, we have 1 and 2, and we insert into the first loops, and we pull the yarn. Make again 1 back loops single crochet, then insert the crochet into the next loop, and pull the yarn. Back loops single crochet, then take the crochet and insert into the next loop at the back side. One more time, back loops single crochet, then insert the crochet into the next back loops at the back side. And join, and look how it is. Okay, so continuing until you finish to join, and then make the second part at the V-neck. Okay, after I make the second part at the V front, I make 1 sleeve, and then I will show you how to make the sleeve. I finish 1 sleeve, and look how it is. And as you can see, I have more stitch markers because I put 1 stitch marker every time when I increase. Why I make like that? Because, for example, in my case, at this row I increase, and then I make 1, 2, and 3 rows work normally. Then I increase again, and I make again 3 rows, 1, 2, and 3. So I repeat 2 times, and I make 3 rows between the increase, and then here I increase again, and then I make 2 rows, 1, 2, and then I increase again, and I also make 1, 2 rows, and then I increase, and then I repeat. So 2 times you make 1 increase and 1, 2, 3 rows, 2 times, and 2 times you make 1 increase and 2 rows work normally. If you want a larger sleeve, you can make 1 row increase, 2 rows work normally. Okay, but it's your choice how you want to be the sleeve. But first you need to measure here where begin the arm. Here it is your hand, and from here begin the arm. Okay, so you measure all around where the arm begins. In my case, my little model has 60 centimeter, but I work with 1 centimeter in plus. Okay, so make with 1 centimeter in plus and chain so many stitch you need, and then make around 8, 9 or 10 rows, or between 6, 8 centimeter. In my case, I work until I have 7. Okay, and I make 9 rows. 9 rows work normally without any increase. And after you finish these rows, it's time to increase. We increase at the beginning and at the end of the row, and always we increase into the into the second stitch and into the last by 1, and chain 1, turn your work, make the first back loops, single crochet, and then into the next stitch insert the crochet into the back loops and make 2 back loops, single crochet into the same stitch, 1 and 2. Okay, and now you continue to work 1 moment to make some stitch. Okay, and now you take the stitch marker and you put into the first stitch. You will see that this stitch marker help you when you make the next row. Look, the last stitch is very small, and here will be the last stitch. Okay, and also if you put the stitch marker, it's very easy to count how many rows you make, especially if you work with a mohair yarn or fancy yarn. It's almost impossible to see where it is the increase. Look, here I increase, here I increase, but it's very hard to see where it is the increase, and it is more simple. It's very easy to count, okay, the rows, and also it help you when you finish the first sleeve, and when you make the second sleeve, it's very easy to see the rows and how many rows you need to make. Okay, and I continue until I reach at the last by 1 here, and then I will show you one more time how to increase. I work until I reach at the last by 1 stitch, and here we also make the increase. 2 back loops, single crochet into the same stitch, 1 and 2, and into the last stitch you work normally 1 single crochet, as you make at the dress or sweater, depends what you want to make. And in my case, I will make 3 rows work normally without any increase. And look, I already have a little increase into the left and into the right, okay? So continue to work as I show you, and just remember, you increase into the second stitch and into the last by one stitch, and you make one increase, 3 rows work normally 2 times, and then one increase, 2 rows work normally also 2 times. But if you want a larger sleeve, you can make one increase, 2 rows work normally until you obtain your length. After you finish, don't cut the yarn. Look, I keep some yarn because after I finish the second sleeve, I will join at the dress, and then I will show you how to join the sleeve at the dress, okay? I finish to join the sleeve. In my case, I join with slip stitch, but if you want to sew, you can do it, okay? And also I sew the front side and the back side, and it looks like that, and I sew from inside, and look how it is. If you want to look like that, after you sew from outside. If you want to look like mine, you sew from inside, okay? But now, first, you take the sleeve, okay, and put a stitch marker exactly in the middle of the sleeve. Then take the dress or the sweater, depends what you want to make, and okay, the stitch marker here where it is, we need to join exactly where you join the front side and the back side, okay? And put your sleeve like that, and then put a stitch marker, one into the left, one into the right. You need to have the same number of rows, into the left, into the right, and then we begin to join. I join, as I tell you, with slip stitch. Okay. So insert the crochet into the first back loop single crochet that you make at the sleeve, and then insert the crochet exactly here where you put the stitch marker, and then join with slip stitch. Then insert again into the next stitch, then insert the crochet into the row at the front side and join with slip stitch. Once again, insert the crochet into the next stitch at the sleeve, then into the next row at the dress, join with slip stitch, and continue to work until you reach at the end, cut and hide the yarn, okay? And then I will show you how to sew and how to close the dress. And now, after you join the sleeve on the dress or sweater, it's time to sew to close the dress. We begin at the bottom until we reach underarm, and then continue to close the sleeve until here, okay? So at the bottom until you reach underarm, and then continue to close the sleeve. If you want to look like that after you sew, you turn your dress with the inside up. I turn with the inside up, and now it's time to sew. You insert the yarn needle into the first stitch at the bottom, and then also here into the first stitch at the next part, and then we make 2 knots. After you finish, you hide this yarn. Okay, and now you need to follow the rows because we need to sew exactly the same rows. Okay, first insert the yarn needle in this row, then at the same row at the part who is into the left, and pull tight, okay? Then into the next row, and also into the next row at the part into the left, pull tight. Into the next row who is into the right, into the next row who is into the left, pull tight. One more time. Here it is, the next row, and look, it's matched perfect. It's very important when you sew, the row must match perfect. Okay? And look. You see? It's perfect. I continue to sew until I close the sweater, and then the last step at this dress, is to make some edge. We make edge here at the bottom and into the front where we make the V into the front. Okay? I already make the front edge. It's very beautiful with shell stitch. And now I will show you how to make the edge here at the bottom. Okay? One moment. And you can begin wherever you want, but I begin exactly where I sew. Okay, so take the yarn, make a slip knot and insert the crochet into the first stitch, chain 1, and in the same stitch make 1 single crochet, then skip to 1, 2, into the third we make 5 double crochet into the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2 again, 1, 2, into the third, insert the crochet and make 1 single crochet. One more time, skip 2 again, 1, 2, into the third we make 5 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2 again, 1, 2, into the third make 1 single crochet. Okay, continue to work all around as I show you, and at the end join with slip stitch here into the first single crochet, make a slip knot, cut and hide the yarn. After you finish the bottom edge, when you make the edge here into the V front, you don't skip 2. Look here, I make my first single crochet, then I skip 1 row. Into the next row I make 5 double crochet, then I skip 1 row. Into the next row I make 1 single crochet, then I skip again 1 row, then again 5 double crochet into the same stitch. So when you make here into the V front, don't skip 2 rows, you skip only 1 row. Okay, and after you finish the edge, your dress is ready. I finish the bottom edge and then I will show you how to make the hat. And now for the hat, first we need to make the edge. The edge is made exactly the same, exactly with the same stitch that you make the dress or sweater. Back loops, single crochet, and for the edge you need to make around 6 centimeters. Look, in my case I have 5 because it is for a little girl, but for an adult it's okay, 6 centimeters. Okay, for this 5 centimeters I chain 9, and then at the first row we make exactly the same. The first row single crochet in every stitch, and then we make back loops, single crochet. Okay, and I have 8 stitch, so 8 stitch is 5 centimeters and it is okay for my little model. And now, how do you know how many rows you need to make? You need to measure your circumference of your head. The circumference is measured all around your head, above the ears and eyebrows. Okay? And the result, for example, in my case, my little model has the circumference 52 centimeters, but I work until I have 48, 49 centimeters, okay, because this edge is a little elastic, okay, so don't make so many rows until you have the circumference, because if you make like that, your head will be too big, okay, so minus 3-4 centimeters after you measure the circumference. And on the first row, now we begin the hat. The hat is made also with the same stitch, back loops, single crochet, but here it is the first row and we make only single crochet, and we make single crochet in every row. One single crochet here, one here, one here. So for every row we make one stitch. So after you finish the edge, chain one, and into the first row make single crochet. Into the next row, single crochet. Into the next row, single crochet. Next row, single crochet. Next row, single crochet. Okay? So for every row, make single crochet. See? And after you finish the row, chain one and begin to make the same stitch, back loops, single crochet. And now you don't work until you obtain the length that you need for the head. For example, my little model has in the middle of the head until the ears is finished, because you need to measure in the middle of the head until your ear is finished. So she has 21 centimeters, and I will work until I have 18. Okay, because the last 3 centimeters we make some decrease, 1 or 2 rows, okay, but one more time, measure in the middle of the head until your ear is finished and make minus 3 centimeters and work until you obtain the result, okay? And then I work until I have 18 centimeters, and then I will show you how to decrease and how to continue. I work until I have 18 centimeters to bottom to top, okay? And now it's time to decrease. And we make one, turn your work and make 6 back loops, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now we make 1 decrease, 1 unfinished single crochet into the next stitch, and also into the next stitch 1 unfinished single crochet. Join them into 1, and then we make again 6 back loop single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we decrease again. 1 unfinished single crochet into the next stitch, into the next stitch, 1 unfinished single crochet, and join them into 1. Continue until you finish the row, and doesn't matter if you don't have at the end of the row 6 back loops single crochet, okay? Because we need only to make some decrease. After you finish this row with 6 back loops single crochet, 1 decrease, the next row it works normally, okay? After you finish the row with back loops single crochet in every stitch, the next row you decrease again. This time you make 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back loops single crochet, 1 decrease, okay? And the next row you can work normally without any decrease. After you make these 4 rows, 1 row decrease, 1 row work normally, 1 row decrease, 1 row work normally. If you still need to make 1 row or 2 in plus until you have the length that you need, okay, that you measure in the middle of the head until your ear is finished, okay? And after you finish, don't cut them, because I will show you how to continue at this hat, okay? I finish this part, and look, your head will look like that, okay? And also I begin to make the last part at this hat, and I make 2 curves, and after we finish we look like that, and it is very beautiful and it is very easy to make. So after you finish, chain 21 stitch, okay? And my advice is to change the crochet number. For example, I work with crochet number 5, and for these curves I use 4mm crochet, okay? It looks more beautiful. And after you chain 21, you skip 1 stitch here, and into the next stitch make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2. Into the next stitch again 2 half double crochet. 1, 2. Into the next again 2 half double crochet, okay? So in every chain we make a 2 half double crochet. Continue until you reach at the end at these chains, and then I will show you how to continue. I finish to make 2 half double crochet in every chain. Look how it is. If you want to be a little long, you can chain more, but I think it's okay like that, but it's your choice if you want to be a little long. So after you make the last 2 half double crochet into the last chain, you skip 2, 1, 2 into the third, so skip 2, 1, 2 into the third, insert the crochet and join with a slip stitch. Okay, and now you continue, chain again 21, skip 1, and then make in every chain 2 half double crochet, and then skip 2 again into the third, join with slip stitch and chain again. After you finish this curve, if you work with not normal yarn, not variegated as I use, you can continue to join the hat. Okay, in my case I use another yarn and I will sew exactly as I sew the dress and also as I show you. So after I finish these curves, I close the hat, and at the end I will show you again how to make the edge. Okay, I finished these curves and look how beautiful it is. And when we close the sleeve, the hat here at the top will look like that. And for a little girl, I think it is very nice. And also I sew the hat to bottom to top. And now we make the same edge that we make at the dress. If you don't like it, you can use any type of edge you want. Or if you like it exactly how it is, you can, you don't make any edge, okay? But I want the hat look the same as a dress. Make a slip knot, insert the crochet into the first row, chain 1 and make 1 single crochet. Skip 1 row, into the next row we make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 1 row, into the next make 1 single crochet. Then again skip 1 row, into the next row make again 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 1 row, into the next make 1 single crochet. Okay, continue to work all around until you finish, then join with slip stitch here into the first single crochet, cut and hide the yarn. I will finish this edge and then I will show you how to close the hat. I finish the edge and I think it looks more beautiful like that. And now we close the heart here at the top, and you take a long thread and insert a crochet here into the single crochet at the last row. Okay, and pull the yarn. Then skip one stitch into the next, stitch again. One moment. And pull. Then skip again one into the next, okay, skip one into the next, pull the yarn, and continue to make as I show you all around, and then we tighten. Okay, now we close the sleeve. We pull the yarn from the right or from the left and pull the yarn until you close the hat here at the top, and we pull tight, and we make 2-3 knots. 1, 2, and 3, and then hide the yarn from inside and look how it is. See, it's very nice. Okay, and after you finish the hat, your set with dress and the hat is ready. I hope you like it. I think it's not hard to make. If you like my work, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.